Hey everyone, Happy New Year's! Today is January 1st, 2020. My name is Aquila, I live in Baltimore, and I am the host of this YouTube channel called A Lefty-Knitter Podcast. So welcome everyone to my channel. I just finished Vlogmas, and that was fun. I had not done it in 3 years, so it was actually exciting, and I really like the idea of doing the small videos and piecing them together. So I think I'm going to try that again. I now have a ring light, and that is why I'm not wearing my glasses, because can you see that reflection? I don't know if that would bug people, so put it down in the comments below if that's really annoying, because if I need to record a portion of this episode, like at nighttime, I'm going to be using my ring light. So I can easily just take my glasses off. I am nearsighted, so I don't technically need my glasses to see the screen and see the things to read on labels. I just can't see far away. So if it's annoying, I won't wear my glasses when I'm using the ring light. So if I'm using just natural light, I probably will have my glasses on. You know, just to put that out there. I don't know what episode number this is. I didn't pay any attention when I was thinking I'm going to record the first portion of this episode. I'm thinking I'll be putting together footage through the week, maybe 2 weeks, depending on how much footage I have, how much work that I get done, because I just don't want to give you 2 minutes of an episode. So it's going to depend on how much content I have before I put an episode up. So yeah, I did not do a Christmas Eve cast on. I did not do a New Year's Eve cast on or New Year's Day cast on. I didn't do any of that. I just didn't have anything at the ready that I was like, I want to cast this on. And it was just kind of a crazy, hectic, sickly week. People have been sick. I did finish though, and I want to show these in my actual podcast and not just Vlogmas. I decided for Vlogmas, I didn't have an advent calendar. I always backtrack like that. I'm really sorry that I do that. I did not have an advent calendar. I did not buy one because I have so much yarn. I had a set of minis that I wanted to use up, and I decided I was going to knit on those during the Vlogmas period. And I did finish those during Vlogmas, but I wanted to show them again, like I said, on the actual regular episode. I got these minis through Kay, the Crazy Cat Lady, has a podcast. She does a swap, yarn swappers, swapless swap, you pay and you get so many minis done by one dyer. So you sign up for that dyer that you want. And she does like 2 a month, I think, or 1 every month. I'm not sure the frequency. So I had never used yarn from Teeny Button Studio. And when I saw that this was going to be the dyer for that swapless swap, I decided I wanted to join in on this one. It was relatively inexpensive. In the US, I think it's only like $30. I feel like that's a good price, and you're getting to try out yarn that you may have not tried before. So I didn't put them on blockers either. Let me do that. I just have plain wood blockers that I bought. Looks like they're from Shepherd's Woodworking. I got these at a while ago, at maybe last year, because it does say 2018. The Shenandoah Valley Fiber, nope, not Shenandoah. The Alpaca Fiber and Fleece Festival. The one that's like late in the year, held at the same fairgrounds as Maryland Sheep and Wool. So I bought these. I'd like to get a pair of the wire ones so they dry really quickly, although I'm really bad at actually blocking my socks for real unless there's a pattern to it. And lately I haven't been doing any socks that have any patterning. So I had 10 minis. They were 40 yards. I ended up doing 12 rows of each color, and I worked them 2 at a time on a 40-inch circular needle. I use a US size 1 pretty much for all my socks, unless I know I need to go a little bit bigger for foot size. I'll go up to like 1.5, US 1.5. And I didn't want to use the minis in the heels and the toes, so I'll show you that yarn that I got. So here are, I should have done the cuffs too. I really wish I would have done the cuffs in that. It's the ring light is blowing it out. If I hold them back, that's pretty true. So I don't know what all the colors are. I could probably guess what some of them are. I don't think she watches my podcast, but I could ask her to tell me which one is which color. I could tag her in my finished object photo, which I have not taken finished object photos of these yet. But I can guess that this is butterbeer. And I can probably guess that this is toasted marshmallow. And Throw Me Something Mister is a Mardi Gras colorway. So I'm pretty sure that that is that color. Other than that, I'm not sure what all the other colors are. They're beautiful though. I really like these socks. I like how they turned out. All my ends are woven in. I had lots of ends because, you know, you're switching colors with 10 different minis. So that's at least 20 ends right there. My heels and toes I did in Premier Yarn. Deborah Norville Serenity sock, and the colorway is navy, although it did not look navy when I bought it. I thought this was a gray, so either way it looks really good with this sock. I don't mind it. It looks good. So there's my first finished, this is my last finished object of, oh, I'm lying again. This is my second to last finished object of 2019. Sucks. My last finished object is this yarn right here, or this project right here. I have not wove the ends in, so technically my husband would say that this is not finished. This is the Photographer's Hat by Lavanya Patricella. This is Knit Picks Bear Stroll yarn that my husband dyed with cochineal bugs. Naturally dyed with cochineal bugs. So they are what's substituted for like red dye number 4 or whatever that is. In Europe, I think they use this in like their M&Ms to get the red color. It looks a little pink when I hold it too close up to the ring light. So if I hold it back, this is really pretty much true to color. It is red. This is for our friend Sam, who lives in Austin, Texas. And the only modifications I did, it calls for, I believe it's a worsted weight hat. It's a free pattern. I am using fingering stroll yarn, and I held it double to kind of make it close to a DK. Now I've made hats already that way for the husband. And so I used a 4 and a 6. So the ribbing is done in a 4, the top is done in a 6, and I believe in the pattern it's 6 inches of ribbing to 4 inches of stockinette, because it's a 10-inch before your decreases. I made this hat just a little bit bigger because Sam's head is a little bit bigger than John's head, and I wanted to make sure that it fit really well. John loves these hats. He has 2 of them. He can't find the brown one that I made him. We're not sure where that went. I'll put it on. And it folds up quite a bit. And John doesn't like a slouchy hat. He likes it to be snug like a beanie. And so this is pretty snug on my head, so I know on Sam's head it'll probably be like perfecto. So yeah. And so speaking of the photographer hat, John wanted another photographer hat. Our home team is the Baltimore Ravens, and they're doing very well this year, this season, in football, obviously. So he wanted a purple hat, and so he had dyed this yarn, naturally dyed with logwood. This is also Knit Picks Stroll Bear. When John decided he wanted to start dyeing some yarn, I bought like a bulk thing of the Knit Picks Stroll Bear. So I mean, that's pretty close to the color. It's a purple. Logwood makes a purple. He didn't use like modifiers or anything. If I hold it up really close, it starts to get too blown out. So with the ring light, I do have to hold it a little bit further back to get true color. My hand blows it out too. I have it down on the lowest setting on my ring light, so it's not bright, but it's still pretty bright. Yeah, so I started the cuff of it. These are Knit Picks, nickel plated 16-inch circulars in the US size 4, and I'll switch to my US size 6 when I get to it. So yeah, not very far at all. Yeah, so that is where I'm at, guys, and I will try to do some vlog style mini recordings and just piece them all together. I think that's going to be my best option for getting more content out on the YouTubes. So, all right, I will leave it there, and I don't know what I'll be talking about in the next video.
I just realized that.
My shirt has curse words on it.
I mean, you could have stopped and then
why not? This is like real life.
Re-upped it.
So, I know John hasn't been on the videos much lately, and everybody loves John. What's that? Everybody loves Raymond? Everybody loves John?
Yeah, I hate the Raymond guy, though.
Sorry.
So, I hope I don't come off as
didn't mean to compare you to that. Okay, so I was telling them about, like, I got a lot more done. That looks good on camera.
It does.
Yeah.
I hope it looks good on my head.
On your head?
Yeah,
your Raven's hat. So, I just wanted to, like, pop on and tell them about the project I was casting on, but I thought maybe you might want to, like, have some, like, talk, too. I don't know. Sorry.
About your project? I don't know what you're casting on. She's making some socks.
I was going to say, what's in the bag?
You've been doing nothing but socks and hats lately, so you think the audience had a 50-50 shot. If we would have laid bets in Vegas,
50-50 shot.
They would have. It would not have paid off very well.
Okay, so who do I always make socks for? And then I panic knit socks in January. Who do I panic knit? Yes. And why do I panic knit socks for my mom? Because
you put it off and do other stuff all summer long, and then the last minute you're like, oh my god.
No, because I decide to make my mom socks for her birthday every year, and then I'm like, oh crap, I just knit her a pair of socks for Christmas, and now I need to make her a pair of socks for her birthday, because it's January 27th. Not that I put her personal information on there. Well, I didn't give her, like,
her social security number is... she lives at...
So, my mom wears a size 11 foot, which is, like, comparable to John's foot, so it works out so I can use him as my test foot model.
Oh, now the YouTubers have my foot size. They're going to be able to steal my identity. Please don't steal my identity!
So, because my mom has a bigger foot, I usually cast on a US size 1, 68 stitches, or maybe even 72, depending on the yarn, or I'll use a US 1.5. So I decided to use a US 1.5 with 64 stitches, because I would do that for your foot too, because it's just easier.
I like the part where you just, like, put something in my hand and then say, here you go, babe.
Hold on. This is Vaughn. Our Bubby. So, I'm using Knit Picks Felici. It blows it out. I can't go that close. This is the Hopscotch colorway. I haven't gotten very far. I cast it on last night. Here.
That's pretty cool. Where'd you get that?
It's Knit Picks.
Oh, it's Knit Picks?
Yeah.
I can show them the yarn. Can I do it like you? Do I need to put it, like, right there and then wait for it to focus?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. So, I only have part of a cuff done. And I was falling asleep watching TV.
What were you watching?
Confessions of a Serial Killer? No, It's the one about Henry Lee Lucas.
That's the guy that talks to everybody, like,
he's the one that said he committed, like, he killed, like, 400 women or something.
Yeah.
And, now they're trying to recant that he didn't kill any of them, and he only killed his mother, and that was the only murder he ever committed.
Oh, yeah, I fell asleep. I didn't watch that.
Yeah, it's on a Netflix series. It's like
Netflix.
It's a Netflix like mini series. I have one more episode to go, so it's one of those shows where they lead you up and they then put out all this information and then they disprove it like at the end of the episode, and you're just like, so what really happened?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like every song. You love watching shows that never have an ending.
Yeah, because all the History Channel shows pretty much never have an ending. Yeah. Or
you watch the Discovery. Looking for gold and looking for this and looking for that.
What is that one? The island one where it's supposed to have like buried treasure or whatever.
My wife loves shows that don't end. They're never gonna find any.
I know.
Hitler's gold or whatever it is that happens to be taken at the time. Oh, sorry.
We gotta stop. It shakes a lot when it's in the ring light, so you gotta not be so aggressive. Okay. Not be Miss Z lately.
Hold on, let me keep the arms here.
Oh, again, shaking the table. All right, I think that's probably the end of today's little bit of vlog. It's the second, by the way. It's the third.
No, it's the second. You were right the first time. Ooh, tell them our little TSA that we figured out about the year. Now you've got me all freaked out.
I didn't figure it out. I read about it somewhere, and I
don't
remember
you taught
where.
Me, so you're.
So people are posting on social media, and you may have already seen this. Usually, when you write the date, you write, say today's date. You write 1/2/20, 1/2/20, right? But they're saying that you should definitely write out the full year of 2020 because somebody could backdate a document to say 2017 or say 2011 and you signed it with the /20 and somebody not auto-filled, but they went in and filled in 2012. So
don't know what to do with that information, but
I mean,
it's got me sketched out.
Backdating stuff is sometimes good for things, but like you also don't want to falsify documents. So it's almost better just to write it out. I've come to that conclusion. I've written out the year for a long time. Like I think it's weird sometimes when I fill out documents and I don't write out the full year.
Really?
Yeah. Like I write my year, and I like with Z. I think somebody could be confused and be like, "Oh, she was born in 1915 and she's over 100 years old." Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I just got accustomed to filling out the full year.
But then, anytime it's like the 19th or the 20th, they could falsify that anyway. Well, no. Never mind. Cut that part. My brain went on a journey that didn't.
You mean
anywhere.
if you filled out the year like?
Because I was
15,
thinking like
they could put 1562.
If you just write 19, anybody could have been writing in like 1997. Or if you were just doing 20, then they could have been doing
That's so true. So not 2019, it could have been 1990.
Yeah. I mean, you're good with 17 probably. I don't think they're backdating anything on you to the 17.
No, but yeah, any time it was last year, that would have been usable information.
No news. Hustler's been hustling since the 1900s, yo. Okay. We might clip this.
No, we're not. Right. We're not.
Okay. God bless America.
Thumbs up.
I did. No.
Okay. It is now Sunday, January 5th. So I last recorded a clip on the 2nd. And yeah, I think I'm going to do Sunday to Sunday. Or at least attempt to do Sunday to Sunday. Sorry, I am still congested and sound terrible. So I just wanted to show you, I did make an Amazon purchase because I know these are my favorite and I use them all the time. I don't use the like progress keepers really, although if I'm doing this vlog style, I might start using, I have a couple. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm back. Not that you would have known that. I bought these on Amazon because I use these, but I was saying, because I'm showing you a lot of the same projects a lot in all the clips of the videos, I might start using some of the few progress keepers I actually do have. I don't have many. That way you can see what I've really done from day to day during this like vlog style type video. But I did buy these because I really love the light bulb stitch markers. They're my favorite to use. And now that I've been putting these every 10 rows on my socks, it really makes me feel like my projects are going a lot faster. So I know they're all different colors. I have a few little containers. I actually stole a container from my daughter. It came with lip gloss in it, and she don't need the container. She's not using it for anything. She has the lip gloss in her little vanity. So it's frozen. Big fan. Not endorsed, obviously. So I have some stitch markers in there, and that's in one of my little project bags. I made this one myself. I got this from Arthella. Oh, you can't probably read it. It says, "Can we all just knit along?" Green, favorite color. Love green. So I'm gonna be in the search of more little stitch marker holders when I go to festivals, I think, because I'd like to be able to put like a container of these in all my bags. I really do enjoy using them. They don't weigh down my projects. I feel like they don't pull on my stitches. They don't really get caught on any of my knitting and snag anything. I finished the purple hat, which John is now wearing, and he's not here, so can't show you that, although I did take pictures of it, and I keep my project pages up to date as best as possible on Ravelry, which I'll put down below my Ravelry link. So yeah, so I can't show you that. I was pretty far along. I had a lot of the ribbing done. Those hats are so fast. Again, that is the photographer hat by Lavanya Patricella. Love that hat. Husband thinks it's the best fitting hat ever, and I don't think he'd ever let me make a different kind of hat for him. Just saying. These are the socks that I had started and showed you guys 2 days ago, and I had only done the ribbing on the cuff. I have now turned the heel and I am working the foot. So you can see there's all my stitch markers. I did a heel flap and gusset. So this is the Knit Picks yarn. Now, I know Knit Picks is not a super expensive yarn. It's fairly inexpensive and it's great. And I love their Felici sock yarn. I've never actually had any problems with it. But this ball, see how it goes? Teal, purple, dark pink, light pink, green, this color. And then I got to the blue again. And there was a knot in the ball. And I'm like, whatever, okay, I just kept knitting. But after that knot, the color order reversed. I have never had that problem before with this yarn. I've had this problem before with Deborah Norville Premier, I think it's called Premier yarn, with one of her prints. I think that's what it was, or Heritage prints. I can't remember. And it didn't color change backwards. It had a giant stripe of one of the colors, which it shouldn't have had, and I don't know why it did that. Again, I kept knitting. The person getting these socks, my mom, I've already said that. I don't think she watches this. She could secretly watch this. I'm not sure. I don't think she even knows I do it or what it is. They're for her, and she's not going to care. So I have this much left, and again, she's a size 11, so I have a lot left to go on the foot. I don't care. It kind of looks cool, and it kind of mimics this tiny stripe after doing the heel flap and gusset part. But yeah, I am zooming through. I showed you this 2 days ago, 2.5 days ago. Zooming. It really does, putting those stitch markers every 10 stitches, every 10 rows. It's like, I don't know, I guess it's psychological. I'm not a psychiatrist, I don't know. It does make me feel like I am knitting these 100 times faster than I normally would. Just saying. So again, the need for all these light bulb stitch markers, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 already on here. I'm assuming I'm probably gonna need 20 for each sock, and I'll take them off probably. No, I won't. I'll leave them on. I won't take them off for the second sock. So I'll need 40 total for a pair. I need to pause this. I need to go get the other thing that I wanted to show you so I don't forget. I showed these on Vlogmas, if you watched that. I know why I don't crochet toys. Now, if I was just crocheting one flat object-y kind of toy, I'd probably be okay with that. This thing had, I don't know, 20 parts, tons of seaming. No, this is why I don't do this. I love to crochet. I have no problem with crochet. I don't like putting it all together at all. Although I really want to do a few seamed sweaters. So what does that tell you? I don't know. I think it's a lot different. This is just so fiddly. I think seaming together sweater is way different. So bought this yarn, Amigurumi by Red Heart, and each ball or skein makes 2. If you probably make these 2. I was very low, and I also didn't have the size hook they needed, so that probably did not help the cause on how much yarn I had left. I didn't have the tiniest hook they called for, which doesn't say what it is. That's okay. Maybe it does. It's 2.25 millimeter. I didn't have a 2.25. I think I ended up using a 3. I can't remember. I ran out of tan, which was fine because you have to do like a cap part on the head, and I just filled in the used red and substitute for the top of the head. I only have one because the other one was gifted. So, yeah. I decided to do the crochet. If you go on their website, they have the crochet and the knit version, so you could do either one. I decided to crochet. So, one has purple undergarments. Well, this is really her outer garment for the top. And the other one I used the teal color. So the ball comes like in a short cake. I can't even show you. You could probably Google it and find it online. It's like this short little cake. Looks like a hockey puck, kind of. So, and then it's all the colors. It's all 4 colors and enough for each one. So it's, the directions tell you to split the yarn into all 4 color balls, and then you're ready to go. So I did, and I think it was because my crochet hook was a little bigger. I ended up using more yarn, and that's why I ran out of some. It was fine. It worked out. I made it work. She's got a weird smirky smirk. I liked the crochet version for the hair because it's just kind of wild and crazy. And even though after I did my little chains, I left some of it to kind of unravel when it starts getting used a lot and played with. So you get the doll. It had one more piece, but I was already done. My brain was just like, I'm out of here. I finished, each one got a mermaid tail, so you slip her into her mermaid tail. I should have had this already ready, but again, I wouldn't recommend this for like really young kids because getting the doll into the tail is even hard for my 4-year-old. Kind of like squishing her in, but she's super cute when she's in. So there you go. And then she also came with like a tutu and a skirt. I did the skirt and not the tutu because I didn't, like I said, I was done at this point. And then you can put her little tiny skirt on her. Now I love the idea of these because it creates imaginative play and whatnot. And then she has her little skirt so she can be human or mermaid. Z was pretty excited. She's like, oh, Mommy, you made this for me? And I was like, yeah, I did, because I had wrapped them for Christmas. She's played with it like half an hour. Maybe, if I was lucky. So that's what I have to show for you this week. I'm really excited about trying to do this, and I hope that everything works well with the lighting and me not wearing my glasses. It probably is a little strange to everyone because everybody's probably used to seeing me in glasses. Also, it's a little strange seeing myself in the video with no glasses because I've been wearing them for years. So any comments down below on lighting, what you want to see, if you don't like seeing certain things, or ways to help me improve the way I'm doing the vlog style, that was all going to be so appreciated because I still haven't found my rhythm with this. So, alright. Yeah. So, you know, constructive criticism would be wonderful. Alright. I don't have any immediate plans. I'm just trying to use my stash this year. I really am. Even though I don't buy a lot of yarn, I still end up buying a lot of yarn. Not a lot of yarn. There's some people that buy a lot of yarn. Now I don't buy a ton of yarn. So I really want to start paring down my stash. Maybe in the next video, comment down below if you want to see this. I'll lay out my stash on the table and go through it, and maybe I'll try to pair out some projects with some patterns, like some yarn with some patterns, and maybe I'll even put votes out there on Instagram for you guys to vote which one I should make, or I don't know. I am down for whatever. Down for trying all kinds of new things. So, all right. Bye!